Welcome back from Mentor English. Today, the particular partial topic which was remained in the previous lecture of direct method, theoretical framework of the direct method. Today, we are going to particularly discuss and have the knowledge and particular research about theoretical framework of the direct method. Uh, Welcome from Mentor English. We have the channel for the Urdu services with the name of Murshid Urdu Professor M. A. Raza, and the services for classical Islamic sciences like logic, fiqh, usul fiqh, and philosophy. We have a channel by the name of Jame Darulum Sheikhul Islam. So must subscribe and hit the bell icon. And let's start the topic. Theoretical framework of the direct method. The theorists of the direct methods share a common belief that students learn to understand a language by listening to a great deal of it, and that they learn to speak it by speaking it, associating speech with the appropriate action. This they observe was this they observe was the way children learn that native language, and this is the way children who are transferred to a foreign environment acquire a second language apparently without great difficulty. The various oral and natural method which developed during the 19th century can be grouped together as forms of direct method, the sense that the sense that they advocated learning by the direct association of foreign words and phrases with objects and actions without the use of a native language by the teachers or the students. Speech precedes reading, but even in reading, students and encourage to forego this direct bond between the printed words and their understandings without passion or without sorry not passion pardon me without passing through an intermediate stage of translation into the native language. The ultimate aim is to develop the ability to think in the language, whether conversing, reading, or writing. The key concept of the direct method can be summed up as follows. For example, I want to repeat this particular passage. Speech precedes reading, but even in reading, students are encouraged to forego this direct bond between the printed words and their understandings without passing through an intermediate stage of translation into the native language. The ultimate aim is to develop the ability to think in the language, whether conversing or conversing, reading or writing. The key concepts of the direct method can be summed up as follows. In the later part of the 19th century, two factors contributed to the formulation of this method: general dissatisfaction with the grammar translation method, new interest in the modern European languages, and the need to learn them as spoken languages. Point two, a group of scholars and teachers openly attacked the assumptions of the current practices of the time and came up with the new approaches which saw speech as the first mean of communication and gave not give sorry pardon me gave reading and writing a secondary position. Speech is considered more important because the children learn mother tongue through speech. Speech is more universal than writing. For example, point number three, translation is not only unnecessary for acquisition of a foreign language, but is positively a hindrance. Translation is harmful because it encourages to color the thought patterns of a foreign vocabulary with mother tongue. As a matter of fact, learning a foreign language means learning new and different thought patterns. All material to be learned is first presented orally at the primary stage. Sorry, all material to be learned is first presented orally at the primary stages. Point number five, no grammar rules are taught. Grammar is taught through situation and associations. Point number six, the focus is on listening and oral practice. The students are required to repeat over and over again what the teacher says until the grammatical pattern becomes automatic. Point number seven, mother tongue is totally excluded. Point number eight, the story points of this method is that the students cultivate fluency and spontaneity. Point number nine, one of its weak point is that this method does not impart grammatical awareness and leaves the learners helpless in the face of new situations. Point number 10, the language material presented consists of everyday vocabulary and structure, especially at the initial stages. Point number okay, I'm gonna repeat the point number 8 and 9 and 10 again. Point number 8, the strong point of this method is that the students cultivate fluency and spontaneity. Point number 9, one of its weak point is that this method does not impart grammatical awareness and leaves the learners helpless in the face of new situations. Point number 10, the language material presented consists of everyday vocabulary and structure, especially at the initial stages. So now we are going to the further points. Point number 11, the last point but not least, correct pronunciation and intonation is taught by presenting correct model of speech. Now we are going to discuss the important activities according to this particular paraphernalia or this particular phenomena. And before going to start, I would like to request you that don't raise the hand only for that if you are feeling problem with your disconnectivity or with your internet disconnectivity or IDC or DC. So that's a particular problem and according to your area. So this particular lecture will be available on my YouTube channel Mentor English Professor M. Raza, as I have definitively introduced my both channel of Urdu and classical Islamic sciences in front of you in starting of my this particular lecture. So don't be worried about it, and this particular recording will be available on my English channel Mentor English Professor M. Raza. And after activities I will definitely take the question answer session. And question answer session, basically that is a particular involvement one-on-one classification or conversation. So after some sessions that was uploaded on Mentor English Professor M. Raza, many of my very old and regular viewers and fans decided that the question answer session should not be uploaded. So that session will not be available, but my lecture thoroughly available on Mentor English Professor M. Raza, and all the methods are available. And previous this I taught you the direct method, and that is particularly also available on my Mentor English YouTube channel. the remaining all methods, the uh, class management methodology, or class learning methodology, all are available on this particular channel. So activities, activity 1: teach a comprehension lesson to a section of class 10th by grammar translation method. Then teach the same lesson to another section of class 10. Compare the results. Which method do you find to be more effective? Find activity number 2: while teaching by the direct method, which difficulties do you encounter? Can you overcome those difficulties? Activity number 3: what are the main advantages of this method? Activity number 4: pardon me, it has been observed that the direct method demands highly competent teachers willing to spend a great deal of time and energy on each lesson for results which are not always worth the effort. What is your idea about this remark? Activity number 5, and activity that is, yeah, that is the last activity of the day or of the lecture. How far are the exponents of the direct methods justified in their claims, keeping in view the aims and objectives of teaching English in Pakistan? Evaluate the use of direct methods in your classes. So it was the complete area and research of the topic, and now we are going to our question answer session. Before give me ending or closing ending or pack up for my channel, and then I'll came back to you. So kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon, and must subscribe and hit the bell icon. And let me go now and say with me: do something more for humanity, do something more for knowledge and practices. Have a good day.